Hi everyone, and today I want to talk about mitosis. So let's get into it. So, introduction. What is mitosis? Well, mitosis is when body cells make new body cells, such as skin cells make new skin cells, stomach cells make new stomach cells, and this process does not work for sex cells, such as sperm and egg. When you make new sex cells, that's another process called meiosis. Mitosis and meiosis, totally different. And why is mitosis important? Well, it's crucial because it can repair the parts of your body that were damaged. Making new cells also makes you grow. So, the reason why you grow is because your body makes more and more new cells. This is the reason why you're not as small as a baby, you grow. So mitosis can be used for growth, and if you get hurt, it can help replace the bad cells in your body, so it can be used for repair and replacement. So these are some vocabulary. Chromosomes. Chromosomes are where the DNA and the genes are located. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, and it holds the genetic information. Nucleus is the brain of the cell. So the nucleus contains the DNA. And the centrioles are an organelle that release the spindle fibers, and the spindle fibers split the two chromosomes apart. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. So before I move on, I wanted to talk about the cell cycle. So cells stay most of their time in interphase. Interphase is when the cell gets to grow and gets ready for cell division, where it grows and divides to make a new cell. So as you can see here, most of this is just interphase. Mitosis and cytokinesis is just a small part of it. So the reason why your cells only spend about 10% of their time in mitosis is because they don't want to constantly make new cells. They want to grow and then divide, grow and then divide. Cells only spend 90% of their time in interphase and only 10% of their time in mitosis. So interphase is where the cells grow, mitosis is where they divide to make a new cell. Stages of mitosis. So there are 4 stages. Well, you will see at the end there are actually 5. So the 4 stages are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. I usually like to think of it as PMAT. If you remember the acronym PMAT, then you can remember prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. So the first step of mitosis is prophase. So prophase is when the membrane around the nucleus starts to dissolve, the nuclear membrane. So the membrane around the nucleus, the nuclear membrane, dissolves into the cytoplasm. The centrioles and the spindle fibers start to form. So these orange boxes you see, they're centrioles, and the spindle fibers are these blue things that are attached to the centrioles. They help in anaphase. Metaphase is when the chromosomes line up in the middle and the spindle fibers are attached to the chromosomes. So, in just a quick side note, the center of a chromosome is called a centromere. So technically, the spindle fibers are attached to the centromeres. So, and you can think of metaphase as middle. So all of these chromosomes are lined up in the middle of the cell. And anaphase is when the chromosomes get pulled apart. The chromosomes get split. So as you can see, our goal here is to make a new cell, a brand new cell. And if you didn't already know, a human cell contains 46 chromosomes. So we need to make sure that in the new cell, we also give that cell 46 chromosomes. So as you can see here, the spindle fibers pull apart the chromosomes, and you can think of anaphase for apart, apart. And before I move on, I want to talk about chromosomes and chromatids. So when the chromosomes get pulled apart in anaphase, the future new cell also has 46 chromosomes. How? Well, when we have two pairs of chromosomes, then we call it a chromatid. That means we have two chromatids because they're a pair of chromosomes. For example, let's take out this thing here. This is, let's imagine this as one strand of a chromosome. And I'm going to imagine that there are 46 strands like this because there are 46 chromosomes in a human body. So, for this strand, we say it is 46 chromosomes and 46 chromatids. But for this strand, if we have two strands of a chromosome, then we still call it 46 chromosomes, but 92 chromatids, because there are two pairs of a chromosome, one over there and one over there. So yeah, when the spindle fibers pull apart the chromosomes, these are still 46. So this side is still 46 and this side is still 46, but instead of being 92 chromatids, it is just 46 chromatids. So hope that clears out a bit of confusion. And now we have telophase. So telophase is when the two new nuclei are visible inside the cell. The nuclear membrane again starts to form. So in this one cell, you will be able to see two new nucleus in the cell that are starting to grow. So this is telophase, maybe telophase for two new nuclei. And the plural of nucleus is nuclei, not nucleuses. And the last step, this is not considered as mitosis, but some people consider it as mitosis. So the last step is cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is when the cytoplasm splits, making two new cells. So all the cytoplasm, it splits and it creates two new cells. Personally, I like telophase and cytokinesis because telophase, you can see two new nuclei in one cell, and in cytokinesis, this is where the splitting happens. And yeah, so that is mitosis, and I just wanted to say a quote of the video. This is a quote by Albert Einstein, who says, "If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself." This just means that in everything you learn, you have to make it simple for you and understandable for everyone you teach it to. So yeah, let's just make a review. We talked about cytokinesis, so when the cytoplasm splits. Telophase is when the two new nuclei are visible under the cell. Chromosomes, chromatids, this is 46 chromosomes and 46 chromatids, but when these combine, 46 chromosomes but 92 chromatids. And I will probably make a video about this explaining in further detail. And anaphase is when the chromosomes get pulled apart. Metaphase is when the chromosomes line up in the middle and the spindle fibers are attached to them. Prophase is when the nuclear membrane starts to dissolve. And yeah, so these are the stages of mitosis: PMAT, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis at the end. And this is a cell cycle. Interphase is when the cell grows. And just a quick side note, so for the new cell, we need to make sure it has the same DNA as the old cell. The DNA has to be identical. So in order to make that, so that means we need to make another strand of DNA so that we can give it to the new cell. So the DNA replicates in interphase. And in mitosis, the new cell gets that new part of the DNA. And these are the vocabularies. Mitosis. And yeah, thank you for watching. And if you want to continue learning about mitosis or meiosis, which I will make another video about in further detail, you can click some of the links in the description, and you can also go to some of the amazing websites, science websites, such as Khan Academy and many more. Thank you, and have a great day.